Hello Candles, welcome to Candela Learnings. This is me Sharma, your biology tutor. Today we are here to learn a new chapter in biology, control and coordination. But before moving into the chapter, let me give you a task. Don't worry, it's not a big deal. All you have to do is you just have to identify the image which is going to be shown on the screen. Okay, are you ready for it? Now there comes the image. So children, who is this amazing person? We all know who is he. Who is this person? Yes, of course, this is Stephen Hawking. Now, he is someone where we all should learn from. Now, from this picture, you can see that he is having some sort of defect. Why it is so? Because he is sitting on a wheelchair. Now, why is he sitting on a wheelchair? Or do you know what is the defect of Stephen Hawking? Or is he born with this defect? Of course, no. He was a very bright student like you kids. But unfortunately, at the age of 21, Stephen, he was diagnosed with motor neuron disease. Now, what is a motor neuron disease? It's a condition in which the brain cell finds it extremely difficult to communicate with the body's muscle. Over time, poor Stephen, his disease got even worse than ever before, and he started difficulty to walk, to talk, and even to swallow, and all this forced him to use an electrical wheelchair. Now, our Stephen, he was not ready to give up. Instead of lamenting in a situation, he chose to live his life to the fullest, and he started studying even harder than ever before. And now what happened later? He became one of the noted scientists of the 21st century. He became an Einstein of the 21st century. So he is someone who proves to the world that if someone wants to achieve something, they would definitely find a way to do it. So he is such a superhero with a lot of superpowers. And I want all my kids also to be that superhero with a lot of determination. Okay, so how was the story of Stephen Hawking? Now, let me ask you a question. I just want to know that how many of you have paid much attention to my class. Now, what was the disease of Stephen Hawking? What was it? Yes, of course, it was a motor neuron disease. And what is that condition known as? It's a condition in which the brain cell finds it difficult to communicate with the body's muscles. Now, what happens when a brain cell cannot communicate with the body's muscle? What will happen there? So that is what exactly we are going to learn in this chapter also. In this chapter, we'll learn about such motor neurons and how much it is efficient in our body. So come children, let's learn together our second chapter in biology, control and coordination. We know that the human body is a complex machine where a lot of functions and processes are being taking place. At the same time, our respiratory system, the digestive system, the excretory system, all these are functioning without no delay. Now, how this is possible? How they can work in a so much coordinated way? We know that the human body or any living organism's body, they are made up of cells. Now, can a cell function alone? Of course, no. So, what will happen? All these cells will together form the tissues. Now, cannot tissue function alone? No. So tissues, they group together and they form the organs. Now what happens? All these organs, they group together and form the organ system, such as the respiratory system, the digestive system and all. So all these are possible, all these functions are possible within a coordination between each and every cells in the human body. So if there is no coordination between our organs in our body, can I stand like this? Of course, no. So there should be a coordination between each and every cells or organs or organ systems in our body. Now, I told that in our body, a lot of functions are taking place. So there should be someone to coordinate all our activities. Like, for example, in a football match, we can see that the coach is the one who leads the team or who gives instructions to the team, right? Likewise, in our human body also, there is a great coordinator who controls all our functions. Now, who is that great coordinator or the decision maker in our body? Yes, of course, it is the human brain. Now, where is the human brain located, children? Yes, it is located in the nervous system. And in which part of the nervous system? It is located in the central nervous system. But don't worry, We'll have a detailing on brain and its location and all in the upcoming session. For the time being, just know that brain is located in the nervous system. Now we'll be studying about the nervous system. So, is it a system which make you super nervous? Of course, no. Nervous system is the one who controls and coordinates all the functions in our human body or in an animal body. Now, how this is possible? Let's see to it. So, the information from the environment, it is being detected by specialized tips known as the receptors. Now, what is a receptor or where it is located? These receptors are located in our sense organs. Now, just recall very fastly what are the 5 sense organs we have or a human body has. What are they? Yes, of course, we have the eyes, the nose, the tongue, the ear, and of course, the skin. Now, it is within these sense organs what is present, the receptors are present. Now, we'll see one by one what are the receptors present in each of the sense organ. Okay, now in the first image, what you can see, a lady is screaming out of pain. Now, how that lady can sense that pain or how she get that sensation, it's because in her skin or in everyone's skin or in a human body's skin, we have got a receptor which is known as the tango receptor. So, it is because of this tango receptor we are able to feel the pain. Okay. Now, we will move on to the second image. Now, what is that image? The boy is visualizing the beauty of the nature and also he's drawing it. Now, how he is able to see all those beautiful things in the nature? It's because in our eyes, we have got a receptor which is known as the photoreceptor. And it is because of this photoreceptor, we are able to see all those beautiful things. Okay. Now we can move on to the third image. What is that image, children? Yes, the boy is smelling something delicious or the delicious food. Now, how we all can smell all those delicious food and all? It's because in our nose, we have got a receptor which is known as the olfactory receptor. So, it is because of the presence of this olfactory receptor we can smell. Now we'll move on to the next image. What is that image? The boy is enjoying his meal. Now, how he is able to taste all those things? It's because in our mouth we have got a receptor known as the gustatory receptor. Okay. Now we'll move on to the last image. Now there is the image. So what is it? The boy is hearing something. Now how this is possible, children? It's because in his ear there is a receptor known as the auditory receptor. So it is because of this auditory receptors you can hear me, right? So these are the receptors which are present in our sense organ. Now what happens? The information from the receptor, it is transferred through neurons to the nervous system. So what I said, the information from the receptor, it is transferred through what? It is transferred through neurons to the nervous system. So you will be wondering that what is a neuron? What is a neuron? Neurons are the fundamental unit of the nervous system, or we can say that the nervous system, it is made up of billions of neurons, not just one or two, they are made up of billions of neurons. Now we'll see the structure of a neuron. While seeing the neuron, you can see that it looks almost similar to that of something. Now what a neuron resembles? Yes, a neuron, it looks almost to that of a tree, right? A tree has got branches. Of course, our neuron has also got a branch-like structure which is known as a dendron. Now, a tree has got a trunk. Neuron, it also has a trunk-like structure which is known as the axon. And tree has got what, children? It has got root. And our neuron has also got a root-like structure which is known as the axonite. Okay, it is just for your understanding I told this. Now we'll have a closer examination into the structure of neuron. Now neuron has got a branch-like structure which is known as the dendrons. Okay, so the branches of neuron is known as the dendron. Now at the end of the dendron, there is a structure or the tip portion, it is known as the dendrite. Okay, the tip portion of dendron is known as the dendrite. Then inside the dendron, what you can see? You can see the nucleus. Now after that branch-like structure, we have got a structure which is known as the cell body. So it is within the cell body what is present? Nucleus is present. Now after that, from the cell body, it goes outside to that long branch-like structure which is known as the axon. So the long terminal is known as the axon, and from the axon there is a root-like structure at the end which is known as the axonite, and at the tip of the axonite there is a bulb-like structure which is known as the synaptic nerve. So this is the structure of a neuron. Now when you closely examine the axon, you can see that the axon, it is being surrounded by something, or it is being covered by something, right? Now axon is covered by what, children? It is covered by myelin sheath. So this myelin sheath is the one which protects the axon from external injuries or shocks and all. So this is all about the structure of a neuron. Next we'll see how the information passes through neuron. Okay, so think that you have touched a very hot object. So that information, how it will pass through neuron, we'll see to it. Now, what happens is, when you touch a hot object, that information, it is being carried by the dendrite of the neuron. So dendrite is what, children? It is the tip of the neuron. So what the dendrite do? It will carry that information. Now what the dendrite does is, it changes that chemical reaction into an electrical impulse, into another form of an electrical impulse. Now the information, it is within the dendrite. So this dendrite will give the information to the dendrons. Okay, is it clear now? So the information, it was with the dendrite, then it will give to dendron, and from the dendron, the information, it is being given to the cell body. Now from the cell body, this electrical impulse will passes outside. Outside means it passes to the axon, and from the axon, the electrical impulse, it moves to the axonite, and from the axonite, where it goes to that bulb-like structure which is known as a synaptic nerve. Okay, now where is our information present? It is present in the synaptic nerve. So our electrical impulse is really confused that, okay, I have reached the end, now where I will go? So that time the synaptic nerve secretes some sort of chemicals which are known as the neurotransmitters. Okay, when it doesn't has a way to go, what happens? The synaptic nerve secretes some chemicals which are known as the neurotransmitters. Now it is within this neurotransmitters what is present? The electrical impulse is present. So this neurotransmitters, it is being given to someone. Now this neurotransmitters containing the electrical impulse, it is being given to someone. And who is he? Yes, it is the synapse. Now what is a synapse? Synapse means it is a junction between two neurons. We can say that the information or the electrical impulse from one neuron to another neuron, it is being carried through a synapse. So the synapse, it means it is a junction. Now what happens here is, we already said that the synaptic nerve secretes neurotransmitter. It is within this neurotransmitters our electrical impulse is present. Now what happens? The neurotransmitters having the electrical impulse, it gives that electrical impulse to whom? To the synapse. Now what the synapse do? It will take that information or that impulse and give straightly to the dendrite of the next neuron. Clear? Now what happened last? It starts a similar electrical impulse in the dendrite of the next neuron. Now what happens? The same process will continue in the next neuron starting from the dendrite. And finally, after passing through all these neurons, where the information goes, the information will finally goes to the nervous system, and the nervous system will decide like what to do. Okay, so this is all about the structure of neuron and how the information passes from one neuron to another. I hope the session was clear to you all. Now let's have a quick summarization on the things which we have learned today. What are the things which we learned today? We learned about receptors and 5 types of receptor and where it is located and all. Then we talked about the nervous system. In that we said that neurons are the fundamental unit of the nervous system. Then we said about the structure of a neuron and how information passes from one neuron to another. So that is all about today's session. I hope the session was clear to you all. Now, thank you and have a nice day. We'll meet on the next session.